mistake on my order. Is there any chance you guys can switch it out for what I want? I'll pay for the rest, whatever, cool. She's like, yeah, no worries. She's like, well, they were looking at my order and they were like, oh, but it says thin crust here, da da da. I was like, yeah. I was like, I made the mistake. I'm sorry. I just, I just wanted it to be fixed. That's it, cool. There was no problem between me and the girls. They went in the back. They told one of the workers there, and then that worker was like all out. She's a f***ing lying. And I was like, bro, like, for real? Like, you're at your own job? And so I was like, hey, what's his name? I need his name. They didn't give me his name. They were one of the girls, the one that I just...
What up, tribe? Today we are covering the very serious damages and harm that the feminist movement does to men. Now, admittedly, we are redoing this video because our first attempt, we were experiencing some technical difficulties. Hope you'll understand that. And let's get into it.
The one that fought me was there sitting there laughing about it and was like, they were all whispering, they're like, she heard it. So then that's when that dude, the manager, he came to the front. When I come here, I order from him only. So this is all new to me, I had asked him, I said, hey, is that your worker right there? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I just want to let you know what he said. I said, I was ordering, I admitted my wrongs, and I just said, hey, I made a mistake. I just want it fixed.
Yeah.
And he called me a lying. And then the dude stands there like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a female. Like, I'm not going to argue with you. You're a man. So I was like,
oh, she's a female. Now, that's kind of something I thought we should point out before we get into anything else. Notice how the feminist movement, like this one here, keeps constantly claiming they want gender equality until things get difficult. When that happens, that's when they throw it away. As you can clearly see here. She just admitted it. Because she's a female, she expects special treatment from men. Exactly.
what's up, dude? Like, I'm talking about you obviously. He's standing there like he's trying to intimidate me. Then he walks back. My husband comes because he's like, what's going on? What's taking so long? And he heard the dude.
Is he inside, or is your husband?
No, he's at home. But he came to tell the dude to come and apologize. And then I don't know how that escalated. And I saw the girl, the little young girl. I saw her hit him. And I told her, I said, don't hit him. I was like, because then I'm gonna get involved. She came, and you'll see it in the thing, she came running all the way over here, and she hit me. And she started hitting me, so I fought back. That's all I can do. I wasn't here to fight. I just wanted my order fixed, and that was it.
So you ordered it wrong by accident.
By accident.
They did the order that you ordered. You realized it was wrong.
Yeah.
Or that you made a mistake.
Yes.
So you said, I'm sorry. I know I ordered crispy, but I meant this one.
Yes.
Can I order what I should be ordering,
yes,
rather than the one that you gave me? Can I get it fixed?
Exactly.
Everything was okay from then.
From then.
So then that dude in the back, the cook out there.
Yeah.
Where's your boyfriend?
He's at home.
Well, he needs to get here. He wants to hit little girls. He's gonna go to jail.
What do you mean he didn't hit a little girl?
I have 5 different people telling me that he slammed
Yeah,
the chick.
they're all defending her, but he did not hit. I'm telling you,
Okay, well,
he
he
did
needs
not.
to come back.
Well, while he's at the house, we can go to the house. He did not hit her. He was trying to get her off of me because she was attacking me. She was the one that attacked me first. If you watch the videos, you will see she came up to me. I was already behind the bar.
Now, this is how the feminist movement does, or one of the ways how the feminist movement does very serious harm to men, including the men that they're dating. It's a simple tactic, really. It's where the feminist would cry victim, not because she's an actual victim. No. She cries victim for the sole purpose of convincing her boyfriend to be her own personal little thug. And, unfortunately, the majority of times, not all the time, but the majority of the times, by the time the boyfriend realizes what's going on here, it's too late. Damage has already been done to his life. He already committed the crime for the girl without even realizing it. Damage has already been done to his life. In this situation, I'm willing to bet that the man probably didn't even know the age of the women he hits. I'm probably sure he didn't. I'm not trying to defend this at all, but hey, we all know we all like justice. We do. And that's how the feminist movement utilizes this. They cry victim to convince men to be their own personal thugs by essentially just misleading your sense of justice towards an innocent person because they're trying to have a man finish a fight that they themselves start. Personally, I would say if a woman can start a fight on her own, she can finish it on her own. Us men, we're not going to finish your battles for you on your behalf. We're not your personal little thugs. We're not.
Staying where I was at because I didn't want any trouble. Yes.
And then that's when...
she was antagonizing when my man was fighting with the dude. She was antagonizing it. She was there.
So how did she get involved if you...
That's what I'm saying. She had nothing involved. She just got involved because they started, the two guys.
And who are you dealing with?
I was dealing with the two young girls. There's one that has glasses. I think she has glasses. And then another one, she's a little bit dark skinned.
The skinny one and the heavier set one?
Yeah. The skinny one is the one I fought, the younger one. She said they're 14. How is she 14 working here? You're supposed to be 18, right?
I don't know what the law is now. And so who are you dealing with about the order? Was it the big heavy set one?
Yeah, the big heavy set one.
And she was okay? She was cool with the order?
She was cool. Everybody was cool. Literally, it was so cool.
So what started the whole with her and your boyfriend and your...
Because the guy started saying lying. And then when I was talking to the manager, telling him what he said to me, complaining about it, that's when he was like, that's when he came over here and he went to go and he looked at me like this, up and down, got his drink, and then came over here and stood right next to the manager. And I was like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? And the manager was telling him, dude, like, stop. Like, that's when it all started to escalate, when he started to come over here and talk to me for no reason.
That dude, the male guy?
Yeah. My husband saw what he did. So that's when it escalated. And my husband was telling him, go say sorry. I don't know how all of that escalated, because by the time that escalated, it was with me and this girl right here.
Arguing at each other. Why did your husband just leave like that if it was just a fight? I mean, because people fight. I mean, we're not...
He doesn't like to be involved in stuff like this. He has a job that he could lose. He doesn't like to be and stuff like
But
this.
by him coming like that, it now makes him involved because I got to go talk to him now.
Yeah.
So that's why if he would have just stayed here, I could have been like, okay, so is there a way you could call him to get back here so I don't have to go to your house?
Yeah, but that whole, he hit a little girl, he didn't. He wasn't fighting her.
I haven't talked to anybody there. So see if you can get your husband back here. If not, I'm going to have to go, and that makes issues worse. Okay, I don't want issues to be worse, but if he could come here and talk to us, then I'll settle it out. Okay. But if I have to go find him, then it makes it a big issue. Okay. So I'm Officer Knight with the SPL Police Department.
How's it going?
Can you just tell me what unfolded? I know you talked to the other officers, but they kind of give me the...
This lady came in and she said something about her pizza being wrong. And we f***ed up on it and stuff. Well, they went back there and told me, and I was like, no way, she's a liar. I said, but we'll make her another one. The pizza's in the oven. We made her another one. Mm-hmm. And she kept on. And then, I walked out, I got something to drink. And she told me, yeah, I'm talking to you. And I said, okay. And I kept walking. And she said, I'll call my husband in right now. And I said, call whoever you want. And I kept walking. And at that time, her husband walked in around here. And I was in the dish room. He went back there. And he told me, don't talk to my wife like that again. This is Spania. We're the old veterano.
And now we get into the real reason why she cried victim for the sole purpose of convincing her husband or boyfriend, I don't even know which one it is anymore, to be her own personal little thug. Because, hey, man called her out online. Like he did, and she wants revenge. So he clearly does. But here's the thing. The man was willing to let the matter go and just make her a pizza, a brand new one, if that wouldn't calm her down. Problem is it didn't. Which is another way how the feminist movement does a lot of serious harm to men. Which is like, hey, I know you guys might have seemingly well-founded fears into saying no to all this stuff, but if you don't put your foot down and say no, you're going to go broke very quickly and very easily, because as this young gentleman has experienced, you're dealing with a woman who just cannot be satisfied or pleased long term. Even if you do give her what she wants right here and now, she'll just complain about something else the very next day. Only that time, it'll be elevated and be even worse. Because, hey, you just reinforced the behavior. You basically just confirmed what she was suspecting, that all she needs to do to get what she wants is have a big enough temper tantrum about it. And that's it. Personally, on the other hand, my way of dealing with that is that I just do what I practice regularly, which is, hey, why get into a contest of fisticuffs with a hater, in this case a feminist, when all you really need to do to make them go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, just go completely cuckoo, and possibly destroy everything else, have them self-implode everything else of value in their life, is just bluntly call them out on it, and then walk away, where you don't look at them, you don't acknowledge them, you don't pay attention to them. You're just making it perfectly clear, like, hey, I said what I wanted to say. I got what I wanted out of my system. Now I'm good. And now that I'm good, I'm not interested in you anymore. That's all I gotta do.
And I was like, dude, I didn't tell her nothing. I was back there. I never told her anything. I said, leave. You need to leave. You're going to get arrested. This place of business. And at that time, they started fighting up here. I don't know what happened up here.
Who was fighting?
Madeja, she's 15, and his wife. They shared one arm.
Okay, and you don't know what escalated onto that, how that started?
I was back there. I heard it coming.
You were back there with the husband, trying to
The
tell
husband
him to
heard
get out
it
of here.
too. He ran over here. He grabbed Madeja by the throat and the arm, and he threw her over this tables right here on the floor.
Okay.
She's my stepbrother.
Okay.
I said, no, mother. And I grabbed him from his shirt, and I pulled him off, and I threw him in the corner right there.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, he tried to get me in a headlock, punching me and stuff. I punched him. We fought a little bit there. His wife jumped on my back. Madeja pulled her off. We fought around here.
So the girl out there jumped on your back because you guys were tussling in the corner. And then that's when Deja or Tasia? Madeja
She grabbed
grabs
her,
the lady.
pulled her off for me.
Okay.
And then the husband kept coming. We fought here a little bit more. And I backed up the whole way down there all the way. And I said, leave, bro, leave. Look at your face already. I said, get the f*** out of here. They called the cops. You guys need to leave. He left. The wife stayed out here talking to Madeja the whole time.
So after you and him are still tussling down here, you said leave. He finally leaves. The girl, the wife out there,
She was right here by this
still arguing with Madeja.
Her and the other girl were holding her back, and she was yelling at Madeja, "You I'm gonna you up." And Madeja's like, "I'm 15. What the is wrong with you?" Like, she hit a minor, for nothing, for a pizza.
Yep.
It was stupid, and we made a whole pizza for her for, like, it was stupid,
Can you call Madeja over here?
Yeah.
So I can talk to her.
Yeah, she's a minor. Her mom will be on the way.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
I can't get it to rewind. But basically what happened is the customer came in. They had got into it. This lady was upset about her order. She said that he said something, whatever. He was back there washing dishes. Customer, she was arguing. I told her I'll fix it. Okay. Her husband started walking back there. So I ran back there to try to stop him. He was arguing with him. And then when I was back there, they started fighting up here. So then I ran back up here. They both came running behind me. Then they all started fighting. And then I went outside and called the police.
Okay. Just trying to figure out what's going on. Obviously, there's a lot of people involved. People outside, managers, stuff like that. Can you tell me what you saw?
Okay, so let me tell you from the beginning. I just delivered a pizza to her maybe like 5 minutes prior before she walked in.
At her residence?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she came back in, and I was like, oh, you just want to deliver the pizza too? She's like, yeah. She's like, these wings were supposed to be buffalo, and the pizza, I messed up on my fault. So I pulled him in the back, and the guy kind of got upset. He was like, no, well, she's wrong. So she got upset by that. She's like, I want his name, and I want somebody I can talk to about his name. Well, she called her boyfriend, and she told her boyfriend to come over here. After that, we were trying to fix her order. We were doing everything to, fix everything. I saw some guy walk back here, and I'm like,
Who's that?
This is only my second day. I didn't know if he worked here or what. But when I saw he was walking like that, we were like, no, you can't be back there. And then the other guy came. Well, no, they were fighting back there, and she was telling her, you can't, don't be calling your husband here. We're already fixing it.
Who was telling that?
Her.
The redhead or the other one?
The other one.
Okay.
So the girl started yelling at her, and she started walking up to
the back register?
Yeah, to the back register. And she grabbed her by the hand, and they started fighting. And me and the redheads tried to pull him away.
Okay.
The boyfriend had grabbed the younger one, not the redhead. It started again. He had pulled him because he had punched her and put him in the corner. And then the girl went at it again because her boyfriend was losing, and she went after her again.
Who you talking about?
My husband.
Okay. Right now you're going under arrest for battery and child
Attack is 14 years old.
Can you feel my fingers in between?
That's fine.
That's fine for her to attack me?
Listen, I gave you every opportunity. You told me it's you.
I did.
There's 5 other people that have a consistent story.
Did you guys watch the video?
It's waiting for it, but I have everybody saying so. I just don't arrest people because I arrest people because I'm taking everybody's word. Okay, you're not help. Chris is not coming, so he's gonna have to. He has a good job and he's worried about it. Well, guess what? He screwed that up. Okay.
Well, I think I can pretty much have a good idea of why he's not coming and why he left. I don't know why he's not answering the phone either. You kind of realize what the situation his girlfriend or his wife, whatever one it is, has put him into. He realized that, hey, his wife, his girlfriend, has screwed him over severely. It has. She has, because that's a very common way how the feminist movement really hurts men. Which is, hey, you cry victim in order to get a man to be your personal thug. Man realizes, by the time man realizes what's happening, it's too late. He's going to jail, he loses his job, and he's completely screwed over. And even if the feminist apologizes for it and fully acknowledges that, like, hey, she's the reason why he's in this situation, she's not going to do anything to help him out, to help him get out of that situation either. She fully just expects him to dig himself out of the situation that she put him in there and start his whole life over. Rebuild his entire life from scratch, even if the guy's like 40 years old or something, and expect him to just move on. I'm like, okay, ladies, it's really impossible to forget. Even if the guy is like in his 40, you're really asking the guy to rebuild his entire life from scratch because of the situation you put him in. I think in that situation, women should be legally required to set the man up for life, like fully sponsor his retirement if that ends up what happening. To all the men who are in that situation, I am very sorry for your situation. I am 100% feeling so remorse for you right now. But personally, I wouldn't do this. I never know how to do this myself, but I have heard other men who do this, where they offer a deal to the officers, where if they say, like, hey, if I turn over information about the one who organized this whole thing, the one who started this whole thing, like, you are literally just the tool. You were not the person wielding the tool. The person wielding the tool was the feminist. If you're willing to tell the officers, hey, if I'm willing to give you information about the person who organized this whole thing and you're willing to testify against her, will you be willing to give me some kind of deal? Chances are officers are going to most be very generous with you. Because, hey, a lot of times officers like this, they want to address the root of the problem. They don't want to address the branches. They want to yank the problem out from the roots. Because that's literally their job.
Now he's going to get a warrant for the same thing you're getting. Okay? No more questions. Let's go.
When you guys don't have a video, but you're arresting me? For what?
For what?
Yeah, but
okay.
I didn't do anything. That she was the one that hit me first.
I'll explain further. Hold on. Demisha.
Tanisha.
You have any injuries?
No. My forehead hurts a little bit, but I'm icing it.
Okay. You have any? Can I see your neck? Anything on your hands?
No, she's not.
And you said your mom's on your way?
Yeah,
okay.
She'll be right here.
All right.
She would have been faster if my grandma wasn't coming to be nosy.
Okay. But, so just because you are a minor and your mom is your guardian, I can't talk to you without her approval. Then obviously you could talk to me about what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
She is. I just arrested her, so she's being arrested for child and battery because you are a minor. The guy, I'm getting a little bit. They're giving me a lot of, I don't know.
Threw her on the floor.
Yeah, that's why
Well, we're gonna write a warrant for him, but she's not telling us where he's at and not telling us information.
he took off.
Yeah, he took off in that gray truck. Took off from right away.
So his stuff is coming for her for just the initial battery on you and you guys fighting out here for what everybody had said. The husband or whatever, that is gonna come later down the road once I can identify where he's at, where he is, and what.
Yeah.
Do you guys need an address?
Yeah, we have her address. I guess you guys did the delivery, as you said. But right now, so I'll just wait till your mom gets here so I can talk to you further. Okay, obviously, this is not changing. You are going to jail, okay? Now, I need to identify who your husband is, okay? Remember I told you, it's going to make it worse for him than him to come clean and try to figure this stuff out. If I have to start hunting and start looking for people, that's when things get worse and it looks worse for them. Okay.
It's a good job. So I'm gonna guess and say he works at the labs, right? You know how easy it is for me to call Los Alamos National Labs Monday morning and find out who he is and make a really big stink about this?
And that's probably what's gonna end up happening because I just tried talking to him on your phone. He hung up because he knows that we're here. Okay. Now you're taking the fall for it, for what he did and everything like that. Yes, we're getting surveillance and that surveillance will show. But I have 5 people in there that told me the same exact story that you and that female were fighting. Okay, what your husband did is a whole different story. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you as the arresting officer, and I'm gonna be dealing with you. I need your husband's information. Is it Chris or Christopher?
It's Christopher.
And what's his last name? How are you married to him and you don't know? And this is
I'm
where.
not married to him.
Okay, so what's his last name?
I can't. Can I talk to him and try to get him over here?
I gave you that opportunity a long time ago.
I've been trying that.
And now it's just looking worse because now he's tacking on different charges for him evading us like this. So now you can also get obstruction charging because you're now not telling me what you know. Now you're obstructing with this investigation. So now you're just making you're going to jail right now for child.
And the real reason why she wants to contact him and wants to be there when he gives his testimony is because she wants to be the one to lead it. Yeah, that's another thing we cover on this channel where, hey, the reason why feminists are so angry at passport bros and MGTOW, aka men going their own way, is because distance equals accountability. It does. Distance leads to exposure, and exposure leads to accountability. That's what it is. She clearly doesn't want to have 2 people telling different stories. Because, hey, then it gets harder to label him as the villain. Like, if she doesn't know what he's saying, hey, she can't counter it.
And battery. Then do you want to start tacking on obstruction? Because all you need to give me is a name and a birthday so I can identify who this person is. Who is your husband or boyfriend?
He's my boyfriend.
Their boyfriend. Okay, now we're starting somewhere. What's his first name? Okay, what is Christopher's last name?
Gallegos.
Christopher Gallegos. Okay, so thank you for that. You know, that I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I can't overturn anything that's going on, but I just want you to understand that your fight with the little girl there, I say little girl because she's under the age of 18, so that's why everything probably unfolded. But the fight that you had, that's all you're being charged with, is fighting her. The reason why it's child abuse is because she's under the age of 18, and there's certain
Is she gonna get charged for anything? Because she did hit me first, though.
So, and that's where court comes into effect as far as, okay? But right now, you are the adult. Hello. Are you? Okay, can I talk to you?
Yes, please.
So after they were fighting, her other 2 co-workers tried separating the 2. Once they were trying to separate the 2, that's when Constance and this other gentleman started fighting.
Oh yeah, I just want to say, like, hey, I'm really glad these police body cam videos come pre-censored. I really do, for obvious reasons.
Physically, when she came out, she saw that the other dude's husband saw the wife on top of her, or she was on top of the wife. So the male grabs her.
So he also
touched
her.
Yeah.
On my neck, he threw me down where my neck is, what everyone was telling me. So
Well,
my
I
neck
want
is all red.
charges pressed on him as well.
What I'm doing now is she is being arrested. The female, she's in the back of my car. She's being arrested for child abuse and battery.
Good,
Okay,
good.
that's because she's here.
Good.
And reason why I followed.
I'm not even allowed to with my daughter when she's talking back to me. Much less some damn stranger putting their hands on my child.
Yes, and that's
No.
and that's a no tolerance for us. We see it that way as well, even if it is a messed up order. It shouldn't be that.
Yeah,
she's
No.
and she's the adult, so she should know better and to cause a scene. Now the male, we're able to identify him. Now he's going to have
Well, it's her husband. Why isn't she giving up the
Trust
name?
me, it's a lot of people.
He was a detective, so he has a lot of experience. He found out who he was pretty quick.
Good.
Very quickly, he found out who he was.
So she's very loyal. She didn't want to tell us her name, the guy's name. We found out by getting it our way. So he is also going to face the same charges. Obviously, he's not here, but there's paperwork called a warrant that I'm going to draft by tomorrow, and I can make phone calls to locate him, or we'll do it ourselves if he's local.
And I'm pretty sure that loyalty has now officially come to an end now that he's realized what his girlfriend has gotten him into. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said before, it's too late to turn back. And that's usually what happens when feminists here in the West cry victim, not because they are an actual victim, but rather for the purpose of having men be their personal thugs. Like, an example for you, this was when I was still in school, mind you, and before I became a passport bro, where I'm not going to give names here for YouTube channel purposes, but I'll call this woman W. W would make like a bunch of very broad complaints about me, making her feel uncomfortable as well, but across schedules clearly showed her like, hey, it's impossible for me to have done anything. She would just complain to her boyfriend a lot. One time, the very first time in our entire school history, me and her boyfriend crossed paths. Her boyfriend came to me, telling me like, hey, girls making a bunch of complaints, yada yada yada. I told her, hey dude, I got news for you. You look at both our class schedules, there's no possible way I could have physically done any of this stuff to your girlfriend because, like, hey, I was never there. I really wasn't. I have teachers who can verify it. Also, to be perfectly honest with you, sir, if whatever issues your girlfriend has with me, I think she should tell me that, or tell me it herself. She shouldn't use you as her own personal thug or her third-party messenger. That's very disrespectful to you, sir. The moment I said that, the boyfriend went. He just flipped out. He flipped out like a lunatic. And my guess is because, like, hey, he's realizing like girlfriend was constantly painting this image about me to him this entire time, but then when I said that stuff, it shattered that image to the equivalent of taking a sledgehammer to a glass window made of plexiglass, which, let's be honest, that could cause numerous amounts of outbursts. It really can. So I don't hold any anger or resentment towards the boyfriend at all. I understand, like, hey, when you realize, hey, your girlfriend was lying to you for like months and months on end, all in one go, hey, I can give that guy that. Anyway.